Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by hot flashes, mood swings, and sleepless nights? Well, in this video, I'll share the best ways I've found to manage menopause fatigue without medication. It's time to regain control of this new phase of your life and embrace the natural path to relief. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Gayla Gorman, a licensed acupuncturist, naturopath, and author of What's Your Kryptonite? On this channel, I'm here to help you reverse the effects of chronic stress so that you can cruise through menopause symptom-free, so that you don't have to be tempted to resort to using medication to manage menopause fatigue. So, managing menopause fatigue naturally is possible. It is going to require some lifestyle changes and probably a couple of natural remedies. Stress management, exercise, a healthy diet, temperature regulation, and sleep hygiene are all important factors that can help relieve symptoms. Natural remedies can help you manage the menopause symptoms that don't respond quickly to lifestyle adjustments. So, medication should always be considered a last resort option. To help relieve menopause symptoms without medication, focus on managing your stress levels first. That's job number one. Why do I say you need to manage your stress levels? Our body responds to stress naturally. We have no control over it. And stress shows up in countless ways. So it doesn't really matter whether the stress is emotional stress, mental stress, or some kind of physical stress. Our body responds in a very similar fashion. And it requires cortisol to then manage the internal processes that get triggered. So what we have found typically is that many of us women who have kind of burned the candle at both ends for years prior to getting to the point where menopause is on our doorstep, we've had adrenal fatigue and we've just been able to manage it until this point. What we find is that adrenal fatigue and physiological things that are related to it also point to digestion issues. And when we have issues with digestion, then that means nutrient deficiencies are likely as well. So what ends up happening is we end up with a multi-pronged problem that just sort of layers on top of itself. Dealing with the stress is the antidote for menopause symptoms. We have to heal our adrenals and make sure that our adrenals have a little bit of extra to donate when the symptoms of menopause actually cause new stress in our bodies. The results of a study suggest that reduced stress can potentially alleviate the frequency and severity of symptoms that are commonly experienced during menopause. So this has been proven. It's not just theory. Regular gentle exercise like walking or yoga can be effective in reducing symptoms of menopause and improve your overall well-being. It's one of the best ways to reduce your stress levels. Intense exercise causes too much of what I refer to as optional stress. That's stress that we don't have to put ourselves under. Using movement as your go-to stress management technique also helps to reduce irritability, and so it basically ticks a lot of boxes. Regular exercise, just 30 minutes most days, can relieve most menopause symptoms naturally. The endorphins released during exercise can boost your mood. Walking or yoga stretches should be done daily for maximum benefit. Exercise also boosts metabolism, prevents weight gain, and promotes overall health. It also keeps bones strong during menopause. So movement is very important during menopause, and as I mentioned a moment ago, it ticks a lot of boxes, but the most important thing, the thing that's really going to move the needle for you, is eating a healthy diet. This is the best way to naturally manage menopause symptoms. Nutrients like magnesium, calcium, iron, zinc, essential fatty acids, vitamins D and B, all of these can help to relieve symptoms. Incorporating fresh fruits and vegetables, leafy greens, healthy fats, oily fish, soybeans, flaxseed, red clover supplements, all of these should be incorporated naturally into your diet. The body is naturally designed to assimilate nutrients, vitamins, minerals, other nutrients when we eat, and they go through our digestive system. When we try to supplement, we can never supplement the way our body would naturally be able to take what it needs and discard the rest. So, supplementing is not a substitute for a good, healthy, nutrient dense diet. You need to get enough calcium as well. A study from Penn State University found that calcium supplementation reduces hot flashes in postmenopausal women. But remember what I just said, it's better to eat calcium rich foods, and I typically avoid dairy. So you want to make sure that those calcium rich foods are not triggering other immune system responses, which dairy often does. Phytoestrogens are also really beneficial, and they're found in foods like barley, sesame, lentils, flaxseed, soybeans, and tofu can help balance estrogen levels and reduce even hot flashes and night sweats. Ground or the oil from flaxseed contains omega-3 fatty acids and lignans, and also acts as a phytoestrogen to provide relief from some of the symptoms. So make sure to consume this soy in food form, like, as I mentioned, tofu, even soy milk if you feel like you're really deficient, for best results. A well balanced, nutritious diet is the best way to combat the discomfort of menopause symptoms. The changes that accompany menopause often create sleep disturbance, so it's going to be even more important that you practice good sleep hygiene. This is a really critical factor for managing menopause symptoms naturally. You need to establish a regular sleep schedule to make sure you get really good quality rest, and create a comfortable sleeping environment by adjusting the temperature and using breathable bedding. I have a air conditioner that is just dedicated to the bedroom so that I can get it to 68 degrees or below in the bedroom without having to cool the whole house, and that has made a big difference for me. You also want to avoid caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine close to bedtime because those also tend to be triggers and might create a sleep disruption. If you're having a problem falling to sleep, relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation can also promote sound sleep and reduce sleep disruption during the night. Incorporate light physical activity, gentle exercise like yoga into your daily routine for even better results. So I keep mentioning this gentle exercise concept, and it really helps on all of these fronts when you're dealing with menopause fatigue. Moving beyond good sleep hygiene, another way to manage menopause symptoms naturally is by regulating your body temperature. You can do this by dressing in layers, and during hot flashes, you might even try slow, deep breathing because that can help to soothe your nervous system and ease that hot flash that your body is experiencing. And back again for another recommendation is a regular yoga or meditation practice. And this will actually surprise you that it really helps to reduce the intensity of hot flashes. Another reminder, you're avoiding caffeine and alcohol, but you also want to avoid spicy foods. They can trigger hot flashes even if you're not menopausal. Maintaining a healthy diet and following a regular eating schedule will result in a reduction of menopause symptoms. And with these simple, natural strategies, you can take control of your health and manage your menopause symptoms without medication. Stimulants are known to amplify symptoms by increasing internal stress, so it's important to limit or eliminate them from your lifestyle and habits. Make time for activities you enjoy to manage emotional and psychological challenges. We talked about avoiding caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine, and some people think they use those to actually keep stress in check. But did you know that those stimulants actually make stress worse. So if you are accustomed to using those substances to help you manage stress, I do recognize that it's going to cause you maybe a little bit of extra stress as you work your way away from them. But in the long run, it's going to make a big difference for you. So caffeine, alcohol, nicotine have to go. This is an example of one of the countless ways stress creates symptoms and other health issues, especially during menopause. I created a video that shows you how to eliminate menopause symptoms naturally, so I'll make sure to link to it below this video. Make sure you hit subscribe too, because I share a lot of tips when it comes to dealing with stress that's become toxic. Relieving the nasty symptoms stress creates makes navigating through menopause a breeze. It's important to find ways to manage stress that work for you. Taking the time to focus on yourself and take care of your mental and physical health can have a positive effect on your overall well-being. Did you know that you can actually boost your happy brain chemicals naturally? And when you do this, it's going to go a long way to help you manage these symptoms of menopause. So the happy brain chemicals are dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins, and they play crucial roles in regulating mood, emotions, and overall well-being. So let's talk about their functions and what we can do to actually boost them intentionally. First of all, it's dopamine. This is known as the feel-good neurotransmitter. Dopamine is associated with pleasure and reward. It's crucial in motivation, reward-seeking behavior, and the control of movement. Dopamine pathways in the brain influence various functions, from learning to attention and mood. Low levels of dopamine are linked with reduced motivation and pleasure, and often observed in depression. On the other hand, high levels can be associated with feelings of euphoria. One of the best ways to increase dopamine production intentionally is just go through some old photos and remind yourself of happy memories. That'll just give yourself a little dopamine hit with no negative consequences. Next is serotonin. Serotonin is a key hormone that stabilizes mood, feelings of well-being, and happiness. It impacts the entire body. It helps regulate mood and social behavior, appetite and digestion, sleep, memory, and sexual desire and function. Imbalances in serotonin levels can affect mood and lead to depression. Antidepressants like SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, are often used to increase serotonin levels in the brain, but they have serious unwanted side effects. You're much better off working to intentionally and naturally increase serotonin levels. Exercise is one of the best ways to increase serotonin production. Next is oxytocin. Oxytocin is often dubbed the love hormone. It's essential in social bonding, sexual reproduction, childbirth, and the period of time right after childbirth where you typically bond with your child. Oxytocin is released in large amounts during labor and facilitates childbirth and the maternal bonding process. It plays a role in behaviors like trust, empathy, and relationship building. It's also thought to have a calming effect that counters stress. So one of the best ways to intentionally produce oxytocin is to pet those furry friends of yours. That's a super easy way, and we don't have to worry about the human interaction maybe not being what we hoped. You know that we can always count on dogs in particular to love us unconditionally. Lastly, let's talk about endorphins. Endorphins are natural painkillers produced in the brain, and they help alleviate pain and stress. They're often associated with the runner's high, so you can imagine that one of the best ways to generate endorphins is with exercise. The euphoric feeling following intense exercise is typically related to endorphins. And you know that I don't recommend that you use intense exercise during this period of time because it can actually trigger a stress response and make adrenal fatigue worse. But you can also release endorphins with other activities too, like even eating food that you really enjoy, or sex, if that's on your to-do list. Endorphins help to boost your pleasure, your overall satisfaction in life, and they also help to relieve pain. And really, all of these brain chemicals just promote an overall sense of well being. Neurotransmitters and hormones are interconnected in their roles and often work together to regulate mood, emotional responses, and other physiological processes. It bears repeating that exercise is a powerful trigger for the release of endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, contributes to improved mood and reduced anxiety and depression symptoms. If you're really struggling with just feeling low and having a challenge managing these symptoms, just get out and take a walk. The best thing you can do is get outside in the fresh air with sunlight in your eyeballs and just walk, even if that's only for a half an hour. You can maintain a balance of these happy brain chemicals that are crucial for health and well being. Remember, too, that other lifestyle factors like diet and sleep play a major role. And you can also do a lot yourself by practicing some stress management techniques to significantly create a positive influence in your body. Regular short activities like breathing exercises and meditation can provide quick relief when symptoms are escalating. If you're looking for further relief from menopause symptoms, herbs can be explored as a natural remedy. Black cohosh, derived from a species of buttercup, may help with mild hot flashes and night sweats. It's important to use high quality and professionally sourced herbs and supplements. In rare cases, hepatitis has been reported, and it's thought to be caused by low quality herbs. Soy, found in food forms like tofu and soy milk, can also help reduce menopausal symptoms. And we already discussed this when we were talking about diet. Some might try soy tablets, and those are way less effective than real food. Flaxseed, either ground or in oil form, shows mixed results for relief of menopause symptoms, but it's recommended for its potential to lower cholesterol regardless. And vitamin E can improve vaginal lubrication and reduce hot flashes when applied topically, but there's no consistent evidence that it relieves other symptoms. Be sure to consult a professional before trying any of these herbal remedies. And let me remind you again that you want to make sure you're sourcing high quality herbs and supplements. If hormone replacement therapy is suggested, remember it's a life sentence with risks and consequences and should only be considered as a last resort and only for women with specific deficiencies. There are many factors to consider when deciding whether HRT is right for you. It's important to weigh the potential risks before beginning treatment. Short-term side effects like nausea, headaches, bloating, and breast tenderness are often reported. Additionally, women with a family history of certain cancers, that is certainly true in my case, like ovarian and breast cancer, should discuss the risks with their doctors prior to agreeing to treatment. Don't forget that the cost of HRT medications can be substantial and should be taken into account. Insurance is not likely to cover them, and they can be really expensive. It's essential to carefully weigh the pros and cons before beginning HRT. If your best efforts to live a healthy lifestyle and do all the things you've been led to think are supposed to work aren't getting the job done, you may even be feeling like you take 2 steps forward and 3 back. In my next video, I'll show you how to manage the toxic stress that's sabotaging your efforts. You can eliminate menopause symptoms naturally without medication, crazy diets, intense exercise, or any other unsustainable lifestyle hack.